Hello, and welcome to the WB Mason Coach Report with head volleyball coach Emily Mansur. Hello, Coach. How are you?
Good.
Coach, coming off a tough weekend on the road, 0-2, lost at Towson in 3, and then lost at JMU in 5. Your overall thoughts on the weekend?
As you said, a tough weekend for us, but we had some moments this weekend, and I would say especially on Sunday of the best volleyball we have played. We really did. We saw a huge improvement on Sunday on certain plays, but we just couldn't keep that level of play. Against Towson on Friday, we just never found our volleyball. We kept up with them, we played point by point with them, but we never found the way that we play, the way that we dictate the time usually with our team. So it was just not a complete performance by everyone on that weekend.
You talked about the Towson match. Despite losing in 3 sets, all 3 sets were incredibly close. That kind of alludes to the point you just made that you just couldn't find your groove at the right time, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what it was. We just couldn't find a way to perform together. We had great moments from one student athlete and not from another, and that kept going throughout the whole match. We never really found 3, 4 players even that played the best that they could at the same time. Towson had a good team, and they really capitalized on that, and they found the players that were struggling on the right moments, and they picked on that.
I believe you had a couple set points in that second set at Towson. How pivotal was that, eventually dropping that set, where you could have tied the match at 1?
Oh, that was really important. That could have made or break the match for us, especially psychologically. If we go to that 10-minute break 1-1, it really gives a different drive to the team. Although our team has been down 2-0 this year, and they've been able to come back and win a match. But I think that would have been very, very important, very, very crucial for us. It was a very emotional game for certain players because they really wanted to win that. And I think it was just a little draining on them when they went out for the 10-minute break and we were down 2-0.
Road trip continued on Sunday at James Madison. Little change of pace for the team. You go up 2-0 in this match and then eventually lose in 5. Your team has struggled coming out of that 10-minute break numerous times this season. What's the issue there that you're trying to find?
I think we just, when we have that little break, we relax and we think we're going to get back on the court and everything is going to be the same, but not realizing that every other team, when they have that 10-minute break and they are down, it's their time to really get the feel and get what they need to beat us. And we just really have to find a way, and we're going to start practicing this 10 minutes break to come back with a little extra energy. So if we go down a little bit, it means that we are back to where we were at the first set when we win. And I think that's what happened, because I asked the team yesterday what did they feel, and they said they just light up a little bit. Because we were up to 0, they walked on the court a little more comfortable, not with the same urgency as the first 2 sets.
Can you turn and take positives out of a match like that, where you go on the road to a team that's now alone in first place in the conference, and you can say in your mind you had them beat, you're up 2-0 going to the 3rd set. Can you take a positive out of that, though?
Oh, no, yes. As I said, I think this weekend we saw some of the best volleyball we have played the whole season. We just got to find a way to play that best volleyball for 3 sets or 4 sets. We know that it may not be a 3-0, but it could be a 3-1 against a very good team. And if we are competing when we lose sets, that's something that's okay. And that's something that as a team we have to learn. We're going to lose some matches that we are competing, but not giving it away. And right now it's in our control to make that change.
Individually, one of your players is really developing into a star freshman. Nenita Perez is really, the last few weeks, has really expanded her game. Can you talk about her development, and then especially this weekend where she was arguably the best player on the court for your team?
It's really exciting. It's really impressive to see Nenita really growing that much. As you know, like, we expect her to have an impact, but not a huge impact that she has for us right now. She had a great match. She fought. She's playing with a lot of emotion. She's playing with a lot of devotion to make this happen. And it's going to help pass this to the other players around her. And I think this is something that's really important. She was, as you said, the best player that we had for both matches, just very aggressive. And if she can continue to grow and we can get the people around her to do the same, we're going to be okay when championship comes.
Yeah, you talk about her development, and then you alluded to the point of the other players around her. How much pressure can her playing well take off of people like Veronica, Michaela, Leticia? How can that help those players?
Each player that starts playing better, it's pressure out of someone else. So that is great. That is good for Hannah to know that she has one more option when it comes time for our offense. So it's important for everybody, and that's what I said about this team this year is we are not going to have one superstar. We're going to have 6 great players on the court, and everybody has to do a little bit for us to be successful. And the more players grow, the more our ultimate goal is coming closer to happen.
Speaking of Hannah, went over the 3,000 assist mark for a career, just a remarkable career, still with a year and a half to go, only the 4th player in program history with 3,000 more assists. Can you just talk about her and another double-double in Sunday's match?
Hannah had a great match on Sunday. Friday, she knew that she didn't perform her best, and she stepped up on Sunday ready to make the difference, and she did. She led us. She really played defense, which is out of her comfort zone. She set up a very good match for us. She's growing, and I love that she's 4th right now, and I can't wait for her to keep beating people by the time that she leaves here.
One match, only one match on the schedule this week. You head to Delaware, 10 this grueling stretch of 5 matches away from home. Your thoughts going into this Delaware match as you end this road trip?
Delaware is a good team. I don't think their record shows who they are. They have everyone from last year returning, and they are a big contender. They are big, they are physical, and we have to be in our A game to win the match. So I'm excited to go. I think we need to get back on the court as soon as possible so we can feel what it is to win again and compete to make that happen.
Is it a positive, negative that you only have one match and you only have one team to prepare for this week?
It's a positive because I think right now it gives us time to work on us. And coming back from this weekend, we saw that we are our biggest enemy, we are our biggest fan. So if we can make ourselves better, we are going to be okay.
Well, thanks for joining us, Coach, and good luck at Delaware this weekend.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us in the W. Mason Coach Report with head volleyball coach Emily Mansur.